Hey everyone, welcome back to Knowledge Journey. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button to join us on a ride full of insights and laughs. Today, we're diving into a topic that hits close to home for many of us, the Big 3-0. That's right, turning 30. It's like leveling up in a video game where the next level just smacks you with more responsibilities instead of superpowers. So, why this topic? Well, as I recently joined the 30s Club, I've started noticing some real changes. And let me tell you, some of these revelations are as surprising as finding out that your mom is on TikTok trying to do the savage dance. So, I've compiled a list of the top 10 things I've learned since hitting this milestone. We'll explore everything from health hacks that actually work to financial tips that don't bore you to tears, and even how a little me time can save your sanity. Get ready to nod in agreement or shake your head in disbelief. As long as you're moving your head, I'm happy. Let's break down these life lessons with a good dose of humor, backed by some solid research. And maybe, just maybe, make our 30s the best decade yet. Stay tuned, grab your favorite snack, and let's get this journey started. All right, let's jump into our first big realization after hitting the big 3. The golden value of health. Now, remember those days in your 20s when you could pull an all-nighter, munch on pizza at 3 a.m. and still feel like $1,000,000 in the morning? Yeah, well, welcome to your 30s, where a late-night pizza party can leave you feeling like you've been hit by a bus. Here's the deal. Your metabolism starts to act like it's on a slow-motion mode. According to a study from the National Institutes of Health, our metabolism actually starts to slow down by about 1 to 2% per decade after age 20. This means by the time we hit 30, we're not burning calories at the speed of light anymore. So what's a 30-something to do? It's all about adapting and overcoming. Visualization time. Picture your body as a high-performance sports car. In your 20s, it was all about horsepower and speed. Hitting 30, it's time to start thinking about maintenance and efficiency. You wouldn't put cheap oil in a Ferrari, right? So why stuff your body with junk food? Switching up your diet isn't just about cutting down on fast food. It's about fueling the Ferrari with the best premium fuel you can find. Think whole foods, less processed stuff, and more greens. And here's a kicker from science. Studies show that people who eat a Mediterranean diet have a 20% lower risk of age-related diseases. That's like giving your body a VIP pass to a healthier life. But it's not just about eating right. Exercise becomes your best friend. And no, I don't mean those crazy no pain, no gain sessions. I'm talking about finding something you actually enjoy. Whether it's yoga, biking, or just dancing around your living room, make it fun. Remember, consistency is key. A 30-minute daily routine can boost your metabolism and keep those joints as smooth as a jazz song. So, laugh in the face of those metabolism slowdowns. With some smart choices, you can keep your engine running smoothly and maybe even trick it into thinking it's still in its 20s. Stay tuned for more tips, and don't forget to tune in next time as we break down another big realization that comes with your fabulous 30s. Keep rocking that health journey, folks. Moving on to our second eye-opener after crossing into the land of 30, the importance of time. Let's face it, in your 20s, time felt like that friend who always convinced you to go for one more round of drinks. Now in your 30s, time has turned into that punctual friend who starts billing you for every minute you waste. Here's a fun fact. Psychologists find that our perception of time speeds up as we age because we experience fewer novel moments compared to our jam-packed, thrill-seeking 20s. Every day can start to feel like you're just pressing the repeat button. So, how do you make your 30s count and not just count the days? Imagine this scenario. You used to spend hours binge-watching the latest series, letting algorithm after algorithm decide your next show. Now, think of your time as the most exclusive, pricey subscription service. You wouldn't just let it play random shows you're not into, right? Time to grab that remote control of life. Prioritizing becomes your new best skill. It's about choosing experiences that add value, not just fill your hours. For example, instead of mindless scrolling through social media, why not pick up that guitar gathering dust in the corner since your college days? Or finally start that side business you've been doodling ideas for on napkins. And here's where a good old scientific nudge helps. Studies from Stanford University suggest that multitasking actually reduces your productivity by as much as 40%. Shocking, right? Imagine trying to watch TV, text your friend, and cook dinner all at once. Chances are you'll end up burning the dinner, sending a weird text, and missing the crucial plot twist. The lesson here? Single tasking is the new black in your 30s. Time management in your 30s isn't just about squeezing every second. It's about making sure each of those seconds has quality and purpose. It's about realizing that you don't need more time. You just need to be more intentional with the time you have. So, start seeing your 24 hours as a canvas for crafting a meaningful day every day. Stay tuned as we roll into the next big realization that shapes our 30s. And remember, your time is your most valuable asset. Invest it wisely. All right, let's dive into the third revelation of life post-30, the wisdom of financial investment. If your 20s were all about making money, welcome to your 30s, where it's all about making your money work for you. Think back to your 20s, when you might have splurged on the latest tech gadgets or a wardrobe that could rival a pop star's. Fast forward to now, and you realize those purchases might not have been the best use of your cash. Entering your 30s, it's like stepping into a financial dojo. You're here to train your dollars to be ninjas of the investment world. Let's paint a picture. Imagine each dollar you save or invest is like planting a seed in your garden. Now, you could plant wildflowers and just let them grow wildly. Or you could strategically plant fruit trees that will bear fruits year after year. That's what smart investing is about, planting for perennial harvests. Scientifically speaking, the power of compounding interest is your new best friend. According to the rule of 72, by investing in something with an annual return of 9%, you could double your money in just 8 years. Not magic, just math. For example, if you put away $10,000 now without adding a single penny more, that could grow to nearly $20,000 by the time you're 38, thanks to the marvels of compounding. But it's not just about stashing cash in stocks or bonds. Diversifying your investments is like setting up a buffet for your portfolio. A little bit of real estate, a dash of stocks, a pinch of bonds, and maybe some funds in new tech or green energy. This way, if one market sneezes, your entire financial health doesn't catch a cold. And remember, investing isn't just for the Wall Street wizards. Apps and platforms today make it easier than ever to get started with just a few taps on your phone. The trick is to start as early as you can and keep it consistent. Set up automatic investments, no matter how small, and watch your garden grow. So, as we navigate our 30s, let's get our money in line and marching to the beat of our long-term goals. Next up, we'll explore another critical area of our lives that shifts dramatically as we hit this vibrant decade. Stick around, because managing your money wisely is just the beginning of mastering your 30s. Rolling right along into our fourth big life lesson after the 30 milestone. Strengthening relationships. If your 20s were about collecting friends like baseball cards, your 30s are about curating your personal museum of meaningful connections. In your 20s, it might have felt great to have a huge circle of friends. You know, those 500 close Facebook friends. But as the 30s roll in, you start to realize it's less about having a crowd and more about having a core. Quality over quantity becomes the name of the game. Here's a visual for you. Think of each relationship as a bank account. In your 20s, you might have been making lots of small deposits into numerous accounts, spreading yourself thin. Now, it's time to invest heavily in a few high-yield accounts. These are the relationships that offer the best emotional returns on your investments. Research supports this shift too. A study published in the Journal of Social and Personal Relationships found that people who have deeper connections with a smaller group of individuals report higher levels of happiness than those with a larger but shallower social network. It's about cultivating those connections that truly matter, those who will stand by you during a 2 a.m. crisis or cheer you on when you nail that big promotion. But let's get real. Strengthening these bonds in your 30s isn't always a walk in the park. It requires genuine effort and sometimes a bit of conflict resolution. You might need to prune some relationships that no longer serve you well, much like you would cut dead branches from a thriving plant to help it grow better. This decade is also a prime time to reconnect with old friends. Perhaps there's a college buddy you lost touch with or a former coworker who drifted away. Reaching out can rekindle valuable friendships that add richness to your life. Moreover, this is the age where family often becomes more central to your life's narrative. Whether it's your parents, siblings, or even starting your own family, these relationships deepen and become more complex. Navigating them with care and depth can bring great comfort and stability. Next up, we'll dive into another transformative aspect of turning 30, embracing self-acceptance. Stick around as we uncover how to truly get comfortable in your own skin, which is essential for making the most of this dynamic decade. Your 30s are about forming the bonds that will support, inspire, and challenge you as you continue this journey called life. Stay tuned. And now, sliding smoothly into the fifth eye-opener as we navigate our 30s. Embracing self-acceptance. Turning 30 isn't just about external changes. It's a crucial time for internal reflection and coming to terms with who you really are. Think back to your 20s when you might have been on a quest to prove something, whether to yourself or to others. You were likely still testing the waters, figuring out your likes and dislikes, pushing boundaries, and sometimes conforming to fit in. But entering your 30s, it's as if the universe hands you a permission slip to start truly being yourself. Visualize this. Imagine you're sculpting a statue. In your 20s, you were roughing out the big chunks, getting the general shape down. Now, in your 30s, it's time to refine that sculpture, smooth out the edges, and start appreciating the masterpiece as it is, not as you think it should be. This decade brings a level of self-acceptance that is both liberating and daunting. Studies show that self-acceptance is a key predictor of mental health and overall happiness. A paper from the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology indicates that people who accept their flaws and embrace their unique traits tend to experience lower levels of depression and anxiety. It's about letting go of the idealized image of yourself and embracing the real, wonderfully flawed person you are. But how do you get there? Start by tuning out the noise. That could mean less time on social media comparing yourself to others and more time in self-reflection. Perhaps journaling, meditative practices, or just long walks alone to think. Each of these activities provides space to dialogue with yourself, to learn what truly makes you tick. Self-acceptance also means being okay with not having all the answers. Your 30s might bring big life questions about career, relationships, family. And recognizing that uncertainty is part of the journey is crucial. It's okay to be a work in progress, and it's okay to change course if something doesn't feel right anymore. And remember, embracing your quirks and idiosyncrasies can be a superpower. Maybe you love pineapple on pizza or are obsessed with 80s arcade games. Whatever your thing, own it. These traits make you, you. They attract the right people into your life and help you steer clear of those who don't appreciate what you bring to the table. As we wrap up this part of our journey, reflect on the ways you've grown into your skin over the past decade. Up next, we'll explore why learning to say no can be one of the most empowering tools in your 30s toolkit. Stay tuned as we can continue to decode the secrets to thriving in this fantastic decade. Moving forward to our sixth revelation after stepping into our 30s, learning to say no. This is a powerful skill that can dramatically reshape your life's landscape, freeing up time and energy for the things that truly matter to you. In your 20s, you might have found yourself saying yes to nearly everything. Yes to late-night party invitations. Yes to projects you had no interest in. Yes to favors that stretched you thin. But as you enter your 30s, you realize that your time, energy, and interests have a limit. Saying no becomes not just an option, but a necessity for maintaining your sanity and prioritizing your passions. Picture this scenario. You're at a buffet, and while everything might look appealing, you know that piling every dish on your plate is going to leave you feeling sick. Similarly, taking on too many commitments can leave you overwhelmed and unable to truly enjoy or excel at any of them. Learning to say no is like choosing just the right amount of food that will satisfy you without making you miserable. But why is saying no so important? Research from the University of California shows that people who have difficulty saying no are more likely to experience stress, burnout, and even depression. Those who are adept at refusing requests that don't align with their goals tend to have better mental health and more personal satisfaction. So, how do you start practicing this essential skill? First, understand that saying no doesn't make you a bad person. It makes you a smart person who knows how to allocate resources wisely. You can start small. For instance, the next time someone asks you for a favor that you genuinely don't have the bandwidth for, try saying, "I'm sorry, but I can't commit to that right now." Be polite, be firm, and don't feel compelled to offer a lengthy explanation. Your time is your own, and you are its best manager. Another tip is to prioritize. List down your top priorities each month, and if something doesn't fit into that list, it's a lot easier to justify a no. This helps not only in personal scenarios, but also professionally. If a project doesn't align with your career goals, pass it up for something that does. As we become more comfortable with declining requests, we reclaim power over our lives. We create space not just for obligations, but for what brings us joy and fulfillment. Saying no can open doors to yeses that are much more in line with our true desires. Next, we'll explore the value of simplicity in life as we continue to navigate our 30s. Stick around to learn how cutting back can actually bring you more of what you want from life. Emotional energy. So, clearing out isn't just about space, it's about improving focus and efficiency. How do you apply this to everyday life? Start with your surroundings. Decluttering your living space or work environment can be a profound first step. It's like clearing out the weeds in your garden to give your favorite plants room to grow. This doesn't mean you need to live Spartanly, but rather that every item in your space should serve a purpose or bring you joy. Then, streamline your schedule. This could mean setting strict boundaries for work and dedicating time to your hobbies and family, or choosing leisure activities that refresh rather than drain you. Instead of cramming every minute with activity, why not leave spaces in your day for spontaneity or relaxation? Embrace the art of doing nothing occasionally. Your 30s might be the perfect time to learn that stillness can be as productive as action. Lastly, consider simplifying your digital life. Unsubscribe from those endless email lists, unfollow accounts that don't add value, and reduce the noise that comes from too much time online. This can help decrease stress and increase your presence in the real world. As we embrace simplicity, we find that we're not losing out. We're gaining more of what truly matters. Up next, we'll look at the importance of continuous learning, because even as we streamline our lives, we should always be expanding our horizons. Stay tuned as we explore how keeping your brain active can enhance your 30s and beyond. As we forge ahead into the 8th chapter of our journey beyond the 30-year mark, let's delve into the enriching world of lifelong learning. Embracing a culture of continuous education can drastically alter the trajectory of this fascinating decade. Step into the realm of your mind's garden. Think of lifelong learning not as a mandatory curriculum you must follow, but as an adventurous quest for wisdom that keeps the mind sharp and the soul ignited. It's about turning curiosity into a powerful tool for personal and professional growth. It's well documented that keeping your brain active through learning new skills or deepening knowledge in your existing interests can fend off cognitive decline. According to a study by the Rush Memory and Aging Project, engaging in intellectually stimulating activities can reduce the rate of cognitive decline by up to 32%. This isn't just about staying smart, it's about staying connected to a rapidly evolving world. How does one keep the flame of curiosity alive? It can be as simple as picking up books on subjects you know little about, or as complex as taking online courses in AI or sustainable farming. Maybe it's time to finally learn that language you've been meaning to master since your 20s. Or perhaps you could refine your culinary skills with cooking classes. Sushi tonight, anyone? Additionally, consider the benefits of cross-disciplinary learning. For instance, if you're a marketer by trade, why not explore the psychological theories behind consumer behaviors? Or if you're an artist, delve into the science of color theory to enhance your work. Integrating diverse fields of knowledge not only makes you more versatile, but also opens up new pathways for creativity and problem solving. And let's not overlook the social aspect of learning. Joining clubs or groups related to your interests can expand your social circle and expose you to different perspectives. Whether it's a local book club, a gardening community, or an online forum for drone enthusiasts, each interaction is a chance to learn and grow. So, as we navigate through our 30s, let's commit to expanding our intellectual horizons. Our brains are eager for challenge and enrichment, and there's no better time to harness this potential than now. Up next, we'll explore how prioritizing quality over quantity in all facets of life is not just a choice, but a path to deeper fulfillment. Stay tuned for more insights as we continue our exploration of thriving in our 30s. Venturing further into our reflections on life after 30, let's explore the 9th lesson that becomes increasingly clear: prioritizing quality over quantity. This principle applies to everything from the possessions we own to the relationships we cherish and the work we do. Imagine you're an artist standing before a vast canvas. In your 20s, you might have splattered as many colors and shapes as possible across it, eager to explore every possibility. Now, in your 30s, think of yourself as refining your technique, choosing each stroke and color with deliberate intention to create a masterpiece, not just a painting. This notion of quality over quantity is backed by substantial psychological research. Studies suggest that deriving joy from fewer, higher quality experiences and items leads to a more satisfying life. For instance, a well-curated wardrobe tailored to your style and needs is likely more valuable than 3 closets full of clothes never worn. How do we implement this in our daily lives? Start with your home environment. Instead of cluttering your living space with knickknacks, select items that truly add value or joy to your life. This could mean choosing a few pieces of art that speak to you deeply, rather than walls covered in indifferent prints. Apply the same philosophy to your professional life. Rather than taking on every project that comes your way, Focus on those that align with your career goals and personal growth. This means sometimes saying no to good opportunities to leave space for great ones. And let's not forget our social lives. Invest in relationships that are reciprocal and genuinely enriching. Quality time spent with a close friend is often more valuable than many superficial interactions at networking events. This is about deepening bonds that not only survive the test of time, but also provide support and joy in daily life. As we refine our choices, we create a life that is not only manageable, but also more aligned with our deepest values and aspirations. Embrace this philosophy and watch how it transforms every aspect of your existence into something truly exceptional. Coming up next, we'll discuss the empowering realization that it's never too late to start anew. Stick with us as we conclude our journey through the enlightening decade of the 30s. As we reach the final crest of our journey through the revelations of our 30s, let's embrace a powerful and hopeful insight. It's never too late to start something new. This lesson is about shedding the misconception that certain dreams are time-bound and recognizing that opportunity doesn't have an expiration date. Consider your life as a book. You've finished a few chapters: childhood, adolescence, the whirlwind of your 20s. Now, as you turn the page to your 30s, it's clear the story is far from over. There's plenty of blank pages waiting to be filled with new adventures, skills, and discoveries. This concept is not just uplifting, it's grounded in reality. Research highlights countless stories of individuals who embraced new careers or hobbies later in life and thrived. For instance, Vera Wang didn't start designing wedding dresses until she was 40, proving that passion and success don't have a deadline. How can you apply this to your life? Begin by identifying a passion or curiosity that you've put on the back burner, whether it's learning to play the piano, starting a small business, or even going back to school for a new degree. Your 30s are a fantastic time to take that leap. The blend of youthful energy and mature wisdom you possess at this stage creates the perfect recipe for success. And remember, starting new doesn't mean doing everything from scratch. It's about building on the experiences and knowledge you've accumulated. Every skill you learn, every person you meet, every challenge you overcome adds layers to your capabilities and depth to your character. Embrace the mindset that each day is a fresh start, an opportunity to reinvent yourself and explore uncharted territories. Let go of the fear of starting late. Focus on the excitement of starting at all. This mindset will not only enrich your 30s, but also set a foundation for the decades to come. As we wrap up this series, remember that each of these 10 lessons from entering your 30s isn't just about getting older. They're about getting better, smarter, wiser, and more attuned to what makes life truly meaningful. Carry these insights with you and watch how they transform your approach to each new day. Thank you for joining me on this journey through Knowledge Journey. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and as always, keep journeying onwards.